Hey everybody, Brian back with you. I've got a tournament coming up here in a little bit and I need some specialty jigs, so I thought I'd show you guys how I make some of my jigs. So hopefully through this you'll kind of see what I do, have some fun, and it's a great way to kill some time. Now if I just want a common jig, I'll go order one of those from somewhere, Tackle Warehouse, Red Dirt, CYC Lures. I'll get my jig through them. If I need something special, especially my hair jigs, this is where I'm going to come from. So let me move this camera here and let me show you what we're going to do. As you can see, I've had my mold up here getting warm as my lead is melting. One of the best ways to keep a mold pouring well and kicking the jigs out is to smoke it. I just take a little candle, just a little votive candle, and run the holes over the flame. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can see some smoke start coming out the top. It blackens it, and it helps blacken the cavities in here. It puts a little actual soot residue on them so they don't stick as much. So we'll get that warm. Get that smoked up. Now if I'm going in full production mode, I do wear a respirator, so I don't want people yelling, oh, you need to wear a respirator. I do. You just can't hear me talk through this, so we're going to do it the less safe way. Now after I got my mold warm up here, I am going to pour lead in it. That helps get the mold warm inside. Usually a couple pours is good. And you can see once it normally starts filling everything, you've got a fairly warm mold. You notice I use pliers to dump that lead back in. Now my hair jigs I make a little bit different than what's normally out there on the market. Let me grab I have my black weed guards, fiber guards I'm going to use. And I run a 4/0 Gamakatsu hook in my little 1/8 ounce hair jigs. Because I'm using a bigger hook, a lot of times I only run one, maybe two hooks per pour. Now you can run the fiber guards after the fact, but I really like them poured in there. Just hit it, let it spew to the top. I'll let it cool down for a second. And out they come. Nice and easy, done. I'm not going to pour too many of them here real quick. Just come out of there. Just so you see what I'm doing on these. Now pouring with the fiber guards in them, after you pour so many, the fiber guards actually start melting because the mold will get so hot. Then you know it's time to take a break. And there we go. Now, nice and easy. You can twist them off that way. You can use a pair of cutters to snip them off. When they cool down, you can flex them and break them off. Now this one I'm looking back at, you can actually see, hopefully, where it didn't pour the whole way. I can probably still use that since it's going to be mine. I'm not going to care. But I'll pour another one just. And normally when I'm pouring, I pour dozens at a time, or until the mold gets hot and my fiber guard starts curling. Then I go back and break off all of my little spew edges, my little overpours. And if you want to get fancy, you can try to stop it just so full, but I'd rather peel them off. You see how nice when that one cleaned off. Sometimes these molds, if the hooks are a little bit bigger than the mold calls for, you're better off running one at a time. And done. Now, painting, I cheat. I have a hard time using the powder paint with the fiber guards already in there. So I keep my paint in these little butter dishes. I just dip it. Let some of the excess drain off. I've got a special rack built I made that holds them right in there. You can see that. You can see how it fits in there. And what that does, it allows me to, when I paint them to hang them, then all the paint runs to the eye. Then I can just pop that off when I'm done and don't have to worry about it. Simple. Again, just. Now these I will not put another coat on. Again, they're mine. If they start scratching, chipping, whatever, I'll just grab another jig out and use it. I don't worry about it. When I used to sell these, I used to worry, but you hated putting a product out there like that. carry a marker with you, and you're done. Now, one of the keys is good lead and keeping your pot clean. When I put new lead in, this lead is actually from I had a friend that was re-roofing a house. The house actually had a lead flue on it, so they had to replace that. And he just gave me the lead flue. There. I always keep an old spoon handy. When I add new lead, I take some of the junk off the top first, all the impurities. Then these little votive candles that you had. See if I can break one real easy. There. Take a piece of that candle and dump it in, and you will get a flame. Burning impurities. I'll let it go for a little bit. I try to stir it without getting burnt. That's burning off the impurities in there. And when it's done, you've got a layer of crud back on the top. Then I take my mold I just used, and I pour myself ingots. Let it dry, let it cure a little bit. Why dry? Dump it out. Now I've got nice lead ingots. Let's go in a separate little can. And I've got good poured lead. It's a little bit purer than just dumping stuff in there and ready to go. Okay, while I clean up here, get ready to go down and show you the next spot. Enjoy this little shot. If you're looking for a vehicle, a new or new to you, give Ron a shout. We'll see you in a few seconds.
Hi folks, hey, this is Ron Gerard from Mike Razor Guaranteed Auto Approval. I've got a lot of options out here, different things that I can do to help you. We've got trucks that you can pull boat with, we've got vehicles for mom, for dad, everything we can do. I can sell 8 different lines of new vehicles and every used vehicle that's on the lots. So a lot of options, a lot of things we can do for you. Give me a call. The best number for me, area code 765-449-0980.
Okay guys, welcome back here to my makeshift little lab. I changed everything so hopefully you can see a little bit better. I'll take one of my heads. I take a little piece of wire, try to get that paint kicked out of there. Well, of course, you know it's not going to pop when I got the camera running. unwrap it. And I hold my fiber guard up out of the way the best I can. Get it set. You wrap them back over your tag end. I'll try to show this again. I've got it started up front, and I'm wrapping that thread underneath. And there you go. Let's make everybody's favorite little black and blue hair jig here. Let's get you a little bit of bucktail there. This is bucktail. I kind of lay it where I want. Find the length I want. Cut it off. Try to make sure it's centered as best as you can. And again, okay. Now I've got the black base on there, or the blue base. For my black. Normally if I'm traveling somewhere for a multiple day tournament, I got 3-4 days practice, I'll carry my jig box with me with all my bucktails and rubber and different head sizes. I can get back to the room at night and I can make my own custom colored jigs to match the conditions. Let's see. What I'll do a lot of times is pour a bunch of heads up ahead of time, have them sitting, and I'll sit watching basketball game, killing time snowed in, nothing on TV. I'll go ahead and tie me some jigs up. And tie 6 or 8 a day, a dozen a day. Before long, you've got a good supply of jigs that you can't find anywhere else. Now these, you can use a stacker to put the hair in so it all comes out nice and even. Again, what in nature is absolutely perfect. I can guarantee you there are no 2 jigs of mine that are identical. They might be close, but they're not the same. As it gets filled in, I just go back over any little holes, white spaces I see, add a little bit of hair, fill them in. You can make them as thick or as thin as you want. I'll do it depending on what kind of fall I want. If I want a really slow fall, I'll load it up with some hair. If I want a little bit faster fall, I'll back some hair off of it. Thin it out and create that less drag so for a faster fall. Got my hair on. I'm going to wrap it a few times. I keep just enough snug on there to try to keep that hair from sliding. Now I've tied both, just numerous knot, just wrapped it like this. I'll do that a few times to seal it. Or, this is actually called a whip stitch. Does basically the same thing. And you're done. I'm out of there. And there's your little hair jig. I did that black and blue. We got one black and brown. This is a little rubber one I wanted certain colors on, so I tied my own special rubber one. Tying jigs is fun, guys. You don't have to pour your own jigs. You don't have to do all the pouring. You can order jig heads. Lure Parts online can get you a bunch of them. You can get different styles with weed guards, without weed guards. You can get it painted, and you can just buy the hair and vise and start tying your own. You can get the paint, get them unpainted, paint your own. So you can have rubber, hair, flash blue. The options are endless to create your own jig that you want. So get out, have some fun with this, create your own, beat your buddies with your own secret jig. Colors are completely endless. I've got some olive green here that I'm going to tie some up. White, blue, purple, orange, chartreuse, you name it, it's out there. I've got boxes filled with them. So, and it doesn't have to be the small archy jig. I tie my own big bucktails. I don't have one handy. I'll tie the preacher style jigs out there. Instead of paying $8, $12, $15 for one, I get my about a mold. I've got my own hooks. I can change hook sizes, add longer hooks, do different stuff to fit what I want. There is no secret. This is what you got to do. Do it. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Crappie guys, if you like crappie and panfish, you can tie your own 16th ounce little ball headed jigs. Go crappie fishing with 32nd. You can make your own color combinations that you can't find out there. Again, if I want a common black and blue rubber jig, I'm probably just going to go order it and be done with it. But if I want something special, different, you've got the possibility here to do that. That said, what we'll do, we'll run this to the end of the month. Let's see. Yeah, that gives us almost 2 weeks. End of the month, like my outdoor page, share this video, and you're going to be entered into winning. Let's do 6 custom hair jigs. I'll get with you. If you just want 6 of mine, I'll tell you 6. You know, I'll get you 6 of what I throw and get them out there. If you want 6 special ones, let me know and we'll see what we can come up with. So again, go to Brian Roberts Outdoors, like that page, share this post, and we will pick a winner at the end of the month. So, end of March 2018, we're going to have some fun. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Have some fun fishing. I know we got snow coming in, so have fun. We'll see you. Bye.